What up, though?
What up, though? What up, Reg?
What up, though, Jay? We back at it, man. Another edition, another episode of our No Pause, JayNReg No Pause podcast, man. We back at it, man. I'm very, very excited, very, very humble to the fact that we really getting some great feedback on what we're doing, man, and I'm really enjoying this whole process.
Yeah, no doubt, man. As y'all see, we moved to a different area in the building, man. We moved to my office, so we're getting a little bit more intimate, showing you what I'm living like every day.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? And so now you get a chance to see what's going on here, man. But yeah, Reg, I am too, man. Happy about what's going on. Happy about, what we're doing, how it's affecting the community, the conversations that are being had, and things like that. So yeah.
Absolutely, man. And like I said, I mean, it's a good positive thing that we're trying to do. Really just enjoying it, enjoying the feedback that we're getting. Y'all keep giving us feedback, you know what I'm saying, positive, negative, whatever, you know what I'm saying. It all, you know what I'm saying, can help us in a way, one way or the other, and that sort of thing. So we want all of that. But man, let's just get right into it, Jay. I mean,
it's a
March.
big episode.
Big episode.
Yeah.
I mean, it's March Madness, but we put it out there. We put it out there that we was going to develop what we call our no pause, all no pause team.
What?
Did I say that?
You said it damn wrong.
What?
Say that again. Cut. Man, what we doing?
Well, no.
The all no pause Arkansas basketball team.
The all no pause Arkansas basketball team. There it was. I got tongue tied.
Podcast.
I've had a few couple of rough days at work, and I'm on this clear glass, so you gotta bear with me.
Bear with me. All pause, no pad. Man, come on with it, man. Yeah, but man, it's a big episode, man. Excited to give you this. These are our thoughts. Of course, man. Reg is a referee. I've been doing it for a number of years, man. I'm a parent, coached for a number of years, and then also just got an eye for the game of basketball.
Right.
Love what I see out of Arkansas. I've said before, Reg, that this I think is probably the best collective group of talent. The classes. 24 through 27.
24 through 27.
I think it's probably some of the best talent collectively. Not saying one class is better than the class in 1916. I'm not saying that. I'm saying collectively, the 4 classes in a row of talent, I think, is some of the best talent ever.
And one of the things that we try to do is we try to put our brains together and just come up with one team. Mm-hmm. And what I admire about our process and how we were thinking about it, that we took into consideration on the overall season.
Yeah.
Not just, maybe hot at the beginning of the season and fell off or whatever, but the overall season and in my opinion, what the end point was. Because, I mean, winning means something.
No, it for sure does.
You get what I'm saying?
Sure does, yes.
Winning goes a long way.
I'm glad you said that too, Reg.
You know what I'm saying? Winning means something.
Yeah.
So when we put this team together, we took into consideration that winning means something that, there are going to be some players on the team that are just flat out winners.
Yeah, that's right.
Just flat out winners. And it's a testament to not only themselves, but it's also a testament to the coaching, the upbringing, the parents, so forth and so on. And we got some, what I would consider some top-notch. I mean, I put our 15 up with any 15 in the country.
I would too.
I put our 15 up with any 15 in the country.
Being honest, looking at that list, man, I got a list of all state kids, all tournament kids,
right,
and just kind of combed through that and looking at some of the guys,
right,
man. And then I went together and put together 25.
25.
Right, 25, and then I had to narrow it down. It's
That's
like,
right.
Dang.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And so
you picking and choosing, and you're going back and say, well, man,
yeah.
Then you think about, well, man, such and such. So it definitely was some work behind it.
Well, you look at it, you might have somebody that might average a couple more points than another person, but they won. Right? You might have somebody who had a couple more flash plays than someone else, but that other person won, right? And so it's not all
the overall body of work.
The overall body of work, and I'm not going to say it's all about winning because there's going to be some people that won and didn't end on the list. But I do want to make sure that people know that it was thought put into it. Of course, there's going to be a 1 through 15 or whatever that number is, and then there's going to be 18, 19, 20, and then what happens with that. But unfortunately, we had to come up with a certain amount of number.
Yes.
And we go from
and
there.
let's take into consideration, this is our opinion.
Yeah.
This is JayNReg.
Yeah, definitely.
No pause. All our opinion.
Yeah.
I was about to screw it up again.
Tongue twisted.
I was about to screw it up again. This is our opinion.
Yeah.
So somebody else's opinion may be different, but this is our opinion.
Could be a lot different than
ours. Could be a lot different than ours.
I think I got some on mine that probably people are gonna be like, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's my opinion. But so Reg, go ahead, man. I'm gonna put it on you. What
now
you
see, I'm not gonna let you do that to me because you do it to me every time.
What happened?
Let's start with your third team and let's go from there.
Third team.
Oh,
that makes sense. I like that.
Let's start with your third team and let's go from there.
So let me go ahead and give it to you. I punked out, and I had honorable mentions.
Which is fine. I like that.
You're gonna have to just deal with me on my honorable mentions. This isn't my third team, but listen to this. This is a third. This could be third team.
Okay.
All these kids are accredited. They play summer ball somewhere. Man, most of them. When I look at the names, they're nice little ball players. They have potential of playing a ball after high school.
That's right.
I'd even say, all of them are going to play ball.
They're gonna play at the next level.
Yeah.
When you say the next level could be JUCO. It could be Division II. It could be Division III. It could be NAI. They're gonna play at the next level.
Exactly. So my honorable mentions. First person on my honorable mentions is Lil D, Daniel Coates.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that.
Second person, because we got so many kids, don't want to go too long on one, is Jacory Withers.
Okay.
Out of North Little Rock.
I like that.
Point guard, he's been doing it for a long time.
Right.
My third person.
He's 2020.
He's a senior this year.
2024.
Yeah, he's a senior this year. My third player on my honorable mention is Jace Tillman. Out of Jacksonville.
2025.
Yeah.
Shooter.
Jace put a lot of work in this year, man.
Scorer.
Big time player.
I like it.
My fourth is, people say, I've heard this, man, y'all only go with the Little Rock kids or the Central Arkansas kids, but this kid I've seen for a number of years put in work, and it's all starting to come together. It's DJ Hudson up there at Fayetteville.
Yes.
Right? Big man up there, 6'7", 6'8", putting the ball in the basket.
Coach Brad Stamps has done a really, really good job with that young man. He has a bright future.
There you go.
He has a bright future.
The last one on my honorable mention is going to be Markaylin Rochelle.
Yes.
At Maumelle High School.
Man, I call him the Jumping Jack.
Jumping Jack, yeah.
I call that joker the Jumping Jack, man.
Yeah.
I love his enthusiasm on the floor. I love his second and third jump. He plays hard, plays above the rim. And really, he's just one of those ones that's just bursting at the seams to take that next leap.
Yeah, there you go.
Just take that next leap.
That's exactly right, man. Steve Henson, them call him the silent assassin, right?
Because he don't say much.
Great
he just go play.
Great kid. Yep. No, so that's honorable mention. Moving on to your third team.
Third team. Talk to me.
You want me to go?
Yes.
I
want to hear your entire team.
My third team. We're gonna do my third team, then your third team.
Okay.
All right. So that's good. My third team. Talk about winning. This player was MVP last year, won back-to-back state championships.
Okay.
Landry Blocker, third team, all no pause basketball team. I'm sorry, I'm getting the call. My second player on my third team, Dallas Thomas.
Okay. Slim
out of Parkview.
Slim.
Third player on third team, Ty Robinson.
Ty Robinson,
okay. out of Lake Hamilton, right?
Okay.
Yeah. My fourth player is Deshaun Spence.
Okay.
Out of
Valonia.
Put a lot of work in this year, man.
Right.
All state, all conference. I think it was all tournament as well.
Right.
And my last player on my third team, no pause team, is CB Kamarian B.
Okay.
Ginsu Knife. Talking about winning. Came in second place in the 6A tournament.
I like CB.
Yeah.
I like CB.
That's my third team. I'm listening. Go ahead, Reg.
I had CB on my third team.
Okay.
I did have CB on my third team. CB is just, in my opinion, he's another one that's just kind of bursting at the seams. to take that next step.
Yeah.
To take that next step.
He is a stud.
He's one of those all-around players that does a lot of all-around stuff.
Yeah. Man, people get caught up in scoring. People get caught up in thinking that putting the basketball in the hole is what's going to get them to the next level, right? You got to have players like CB, right? And you mess around and be a high major player, you know, because you're continuously growing. Man, getting stronger and stronger. That body's looking really good. Man, he's getting strong, man. So he punishes guys, man. He plays the 1, 2, 3, and sometimes even the 4. Right. And so, yeah, man, that's props to that kid.
CB is on my third team. A guy by the name, and I know you like this name, and again, this young man is, to me, the engine that makes that car go at Springdale Harbor, and that's Jackson Conley.
Jackson Conley, yes sir.
That's Jackson Conley.
Yes sir.
Jackson Conley is gonna make my third team because he does it all. He rebounds, he defends, he can score it. He's an underrated scorer in my opinion. He's an underrated scorer. I'm gonna throw a name out at you. That's a 2024 kid. That's not an under the radar kid in Northeast Arkansas.
Okay. Because
he's a flat out baller, and he probably is or was first team off 5A East and may even been the player of the year, and that's Taylor Smith.
Okay.
And he's out of Nettleton High School, about a 6'3", 6'4"
point
guard.
Yeah, we played
Taylor Smith. He is an absolute stud.
Yep.
He's an absolute stud. He makes my third team. I was going back and forth with a couple of more names. Like I said, a silent assassin, and you had him as your honorable mention, but I got to put Marquez Rochelle on my third team.
Respect.
He's gonna make my third team. And then again, you kind of stole my thunder a little bit because
you don't want me to go first. I told you to go first
because Little D is the epitome of a team player and a winner.
Yeah.
And an absolute winner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna make my third. He's gonna make my third team. He's gonna make my third team because he's an absolute winner. That's gonna be my 5. Jackson Conley, CB, Taylor Smith, Lil D, and Marquez Rochelle will be my third team.
Gotcha.
Talk to the second team.
All right, man. Second team. Now, Reg, let me tell you this, bro.
It's tough.
I was looking at my teams, and I'm like, this second team could actually be the first team.
Absolutely.
It could actually be a first team.
Absolutely.
When I look at it, these are the potential kids. Like, I think there's a couple possible pros in my second team.
Talk to me.
Right? So when I say second team, it could be the first, but let's go from there. Second team, Isaiah Seeley.
Okay.
Over at Springdale, big time player, 6'7", guard.
Absolute
do everything.
Stud. Yeah. Absolute stud.
Kellen Robinson.
Okay.
The machine. Man, put the ball in the basket. Kellen gonna give you what you need to be successful. My third guy on my second team, JJ Andrews. Man, I think probably, if not, man, he could be the best player in the state, right? But I'm looking at him and saying, man, shoot, he has so many other things that, man, he's going to improve upon and make him an even better player. The potential side of him is crazy, right? Next person on that second team, Jacob Lanier, 6'6" guard over at Maumelle, back-to-back 5A Central champions, right?
1,000-point score.
1,000-point
So
score.
that kind of slid up under the radar.
Yeah.
1,000-point score.
Yeah.
In the second season.
Yep, second season as a sophomore, 1,000-point score. We got a couple guys that did that. JJ did that as well.
That's right.
This year. So those two guys, I think, are man, the potential of those two guys are out the roof.
Okay.
Right. And my last player on my second team is JayNReg Hayes over at Whitehall.
Okay.
Right. So that's it. Isaiah Seeley, Kellen Robinson, JJ Andrews, Jacob Lanier, and JayNReg Hayes. That's my second team. That's my second team.
That's your second team?
That could be, think about that list. That could be the first team.
Okay, second team. Jay, I had to beg to differ.
Okay, talk to me.
And I know where you're going. And I definitely can agree with you on some pro potential. But my second team again is gonna start with Ty Robinson.
Okay.
I think he's probably the best shooter in the state. When it's all said and done, he's outside of Lane Taylor. He's gonna be the best shooter in the state.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be the best shooter in the state. Second team, Courtney Crutchfield. Back-to-back state champion.
Yeah.
Back-to-back 5A MVP in the state.
Yep.
I mean, and just a do-it-all guy, dual threat athlete, that sort of thing. He gonna give you everything he got. Second team, my third player will be Landron Blocker. Landron Blocker.
Good stuff.
Yeah, absolute stud athlete. And I'd have to, and this was a tough one too. And I put Isaiah Seeley on my second team.
Mm-hmm.
He had some injuries this year. He had some time where he missed, so forth and so on, that he missed during the year. And so I had to put him on my second team. And I'm going to put 6 on my first team.
You're going to put 6 on your first team?
Put 6 on my first team.
You're going to break the law?
I'm going to break the law.
So who's your second team? Give it to me.
Ty Robinson.
Yep.
Courtney Crutchfield.
Yep.
Landron Blocker. Isaiah Seeley.
Okay.
Gonna be on my second team.
4?
That's 4.
You got 5.
Ty Robinson.
Yeah.
Courtney Crutchfield.
Yeah.
Landron Blocker. Isaiah Seeley.
One more.
Damn, I'm missing one.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. Man, my paper just hit pause.
No, we're going to keep going. We're just going to put that drink down. Talking about hit pause. We're going to put the drink down. This is the No Pause podcast. We got to work through it.
Oh, shit.
See what I did with every day, everybody?
Oh, yeah. I know it is. Dallas Thomas.
Dallas Thomas.
My bad. Dallas Thomas. Slim.
Gotcha.
Hey, big guy, you know I can't forget about you. Yeah. Dallas Thomas is going to be on my second team.
Good.
Clemson commit. Signing Clemson. I feel like Dallas Thomas in 3 seasons with a proper weight room training and that sort of thing can be an all ACC type player.
Gotcha.
Slim's going to be on my second team.
That's good, man.
All right, let's jump on to the first team.
First team. Remember now, I said the second team could be the first team, and the first team could be the second team.
Talk to me.
These guys are the guys that put in the work this year. You know, they stamped this year. This was their year. You know, some of these names you've seen over and over and over again, and I just like to give props to him. You know, this guy right here, and I don't want to take anything away from him, but I could have, he could have easily been second team, but I value the back-to-back MVPs, state championships, right? Courtney Crutchfield,
right? First
team, all no pause team. Courtney Crutchfield, Cortland Muldrow. You can't bypass what he did this year,
right?
Man, he's a missile out there, man. You know, he put in so much work this year, man. You can't overlook what he has going on. My next guy is Honor Boateng, Gatorade Player of the Year, Arkansas, senior MVP, 6A tournament champion.
Mm-hmm.
You can't bypass that. Next person is Terrion Burgess. Burgess went from worst to first this year, man. Took his team. Some people looked around and said, man, does he have a talent around him? But, man, you look at the Harrison Pickett's and the Elam Shelby's, you know, they put that thing all together.
Right.
And they ended up having a really good chance, man. Got beat by the eventual the champions, Pine Bluff.
Right.
So had to give Terrion that love, man. 6'9", some people saying 6'10", you know, type kid that does pretty much everything. And then my last person on the all no pause team is Mr. Kraken himself, Lane Taylor.
That's real.
Lane Taylor. So that's my all no pause team. Lane Taylor, Courtney Muldrow, Courtney Crutchfield, Terrion Burgess, and Honor Boateng.
Here's my dilemma.
Okay, talk to me.
Here's my dilemma.
Talk to me.
I was completely confused. When I say confused, just totally torn on how I could say none of these players didn't warrant first team.
Yeah.
So that's where my difficulty lies in.
My first 10, they all could be first team.
Exactly.
Yeah, my first 10.
And you worded it differently than me, and I probably broke my team down differently than you.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like this 5 plus 3.
You got 8?
I just feel like this.
You got 8 players on your
5 plus 3 are warranting first team all no
Why don't
pause.
we just change the rules of why we do it, man? Hand me that juice over there, man. Hand me that cranberry.
But you did honorable mentions, though, Jay. I didn't do honorable mentions.
Hand me that cranberry over there.
Yeah, you did honorable mentions.
Yes,
I didn't do honorable mentions.
Yes, sir.
So my first team starts here.
Okay.
Jay-Sean Hayes.
Okay.
Absolute bucket. Absolute bucket.
A lot more than just a bucket, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
J.J. Andrews. Absolute man-child.
Yeah, no
man
doubt.
amongst boys at times.
No doubt.
Terrion Burgess.
Yep.
In my opinion, and I said I went on record. And said that I felt like he was the number one, what I would consider right now, pro prospect that we have in the state right now. And I went on record as saying that.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen anything this particular season to change my mind on that. Okay? Cortland Mordrew. Absolute assassin. Absolute assassin. KK Robinson. Absolute assassin.
KK Robinson?
KK Robinson.
Kellen Robinson.
Kellen Robinson. He gonna take my glass again.
We moved to a different setting. Boy, this dude get loose, man.
Kellen Robinson. Kellen Robinson. Can you imagine Kellen Robinson and Cortland Mordrew playing one-on-one?
Yeah, that'd be tough. I think that'd probably end up in a fight.
Yeah.
It would end up in a fight.
Two absolute dogs.
2 alpha males.
Yeah,
right?
two absolute dogs.
But two great kids.
Absolutely,
Two great kids.
absolutely.
Yes, sir, no,
absolutely,
sir, man.
absolutely.
Man, love them, great families. So, yeah.
Lane Taylor.
Yep.
He's an assassin as well.
Yep.
Lane Taylor. Jacob Lanier. That's what I'm saying. I can't see how I can't have Jacob Lanier
I'm sorry.
on my first team.
Respect. We'll get back to Jacob in a second.
Okay.
But I have a respect for Lane.
Yes.
And for guys like this. And so I hope people don't take this the wrong way.
Right.
But Lane has to do a lot for his team.
He does.
And as a coach, you can game plan for an individual.
That's right.
Right? You can throw in gimmick defenses. You can do traps. You can.
And if you ever watched him on the floor, he's a coach on the floor.
So what I'm getting at is I give a little bit more props to guys like that because they're getting the best defender.
Yeah.
First
two of them.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
For the best defender. When that defender gets his second foul, you're going to bring in your next best defender, right? And then when that person gets 2 fouls or whatever the case may be, you're going to bring somebody that's a football player.
A football player, the third to rough him up.
Yeah, to play,
yeah.
to guard him. And then not to mention, you got running jumps. You got all that type stuff where you got to get the ball out of your hand and be smart enough to get it back. So I give guys, and we'll get back to Jacob like you said, but like for Lane, and Jake's had to deal with some of that stuff as well.
That's right.
But dealing with that for Lane, you know, that championship game to score 40 and they had 56. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
And they threw everything but the kitchen sink at Lane.
Yeah.
And it's like he never missed a beat.
Yeah.
And you never really could sense in that game that he was really even ball hogging.
Yeah. No.
He's running his stuff. He's a coach on the floor. He's been coached well. He knows what his game is about, and he gets it done.
That's good.
And like you said, championship game, you look up, he got 40.
Out of 56.
He got 40.
Yeah.
That's real. Big Jakes. I call him Big Jakes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Recently got invited to the USA minicamp.
Yes, sir.
So I mean he's doing some stuff that people outside of Arkansas are paying attention to.
Definitely.
You get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And then you got the Gatorade Player of the Year in Otto Boateng. Back to back Gatorade Player of the Year. So he's definitely gonna be on my first team. A Missouri commit, going to Missouri. I feel like, and I had to backtrack a little bit on what you said, and I think we talked about this in a previous episode. I compared him possibly to a Ricky Council or whatever, but I do feel like 3 years down the line, he'll be that type of player. He'll be that type of player.
Yeah.
You felt like he wasn't as athletic as that, and you compared Ricky Council to another player, which was spot on.
Yeah.
With Landry Block. That's spot on.
Yeah. I look at Boateng as more strength.
Yes.
Power. He's going to be so aggressive offensively.
Yes.
He's like a 90s player, an 80s player in terms of strength, right? That's not a.
But we've had this conversation before because there was a time when the masses thought he was just a big.
Yeah. So, but no, he's so developed physically.
That's real,
right. And I don't think Ricky Council was necessarily that. I think Ricky Council is more explosive.
Yes,
right.
That's real.
So that to me that's
real.
And
that's
you
real.
know, to see the things that he's doing is a really good.
One thing I say about On is that you can tell that he's been working on this.
Yeah, he's working.
You can tell he's working. He's in the gym.
Yeah,
he's working. Coach Brian Ross has got that joker in the gym.
Yeah.
Got that joker in the gym.
And all these people, you know, man, I'm privy to some of the information that goes on and workouts and all that stuff because we're starting to get invited to some of those things. And so, man, I know that you're out there working, right? Matter of fact, we were gonna pull up on one of your workouts out of state, but we'll figure that out soon. But you catch working.
So my team expanded from 5 to 8, but I just couldn't see myself not putting any one of these 8.
Say them again.
Jay-Sean Hayes.
Yep.
Terrion Burgess. J.J. Andrews. Cortland Muldrew. Kellen Robinson.
Yeah. Big Cal. I call him Big Cal.
Debo.
Yeah. The machine.
Yeah. Lane Taylor.
Yep.
Big Jakes, Jacob Lanier, and Honor Boateng.
Gotcha.
That's going to be my first team.
Gotcha.
Absolute. I mean, I don't think we missed, you know what I'm saying, on anybody. It's some guys out there that probably could have warranted some honorable mention and that sort of thing. But you look at these 15 to 18 players, and you talking about some absolute studs, and all of these guys will play at the next level.
Exactly.
Some at the high major level, but all of these guys will play at the next level because they got next level type talent.
Free tuition is the mission.
That's real.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
And then nowadays, where the transfer portal is, you know, you can go to a particular school. If you see that you outplay that school or whatever the case may be, if that's not a good fit for you, you can always either transfer up or down. So it's not where you start, like the old people say. It's not where you start; it's where you finish.
We've been hitting and missing, Jason, and we got to spend an entire episode talking about the transport portal because it's getting completely out of control.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. You know, I'm with you. We'll spend some time on it and talking about it, man. I'm pro athlete. I'm pro kids being able to move around. Right. But like you said, man, it's a little bit out of control, and we need to get some parameters on it.
What do you think about this here? And we're not gonna go in great detail about this here. But what do you think about this here? And it's almost like a free agency type deal where kids are trying to put themselves in position at other places or whatever. I just struggle with a kid that plays well at a school that's a starter that plays 32 minutes and gets 20 some odd shots a game and is the face of that particular university. For some reason or another, things aren't working out to their liking and they're in the portal.
So that's a question for me?
Yeah. Talk to me.
So I don't see nothing wrong with it. Because if I'm a coach, I can leave. Yeah. Right?
Right.
If I'm a coach, I can leave. If I'm an assistant coach, I can leave.
Right.
I don't have any stipulations on me. Right? And then that school that's coming to get me, they're going to pay a buyout for me to come. Now, let me finish my question. Let me finish my statement. Now, I think there needs to be some parameters on it. It needs to be tightened up.
Right.
It needs to be some cause and effects or some measurables that we can measure. But I think that, man, I should be able to leave. If I work at a particular company, I get offered another job at another company that's making more money, I should be able to leave.
You get offered another job.
Sure.
Okay. Now, you don't go pursue another job. You get offered another job.
Yeah.
You think that's going on?
Yeah, it's definitely there. Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Because, again, it just strikes me as odd. I mean, and there's some situations that have happened in the portal, some kids in the portal, because I pay attention to the portal, some kids in the portal, and it just make you kind of scratch your head.
Yeah.
It just make you kind of scratch your head, you know.
Well,
as to what else that you're looking for, because you initially chose this school.
Yeah.
You chose this school. You chose to go to this particular university, whatever that university is.
Yeah.
And for the most part, everything that you probably could have asked for, because if you're averaging double figures,
Well, we don't know that. No, now you're assuming.
Yeah, you're right. It could be some underlying things.
I don't know what was promised during recruitment. Yeah. But there's a lot of used car salesmen out here.
That's real.
That talk about what they're gonna do, what they want to do,
That's
how
real.
they're gonna play, what your vision is. You gotta remember too, that kid has been doing this for X amount of years. Probably the majority of his or her life.
That's real.
So they have a vision for where they want to go. Their family, people who are with them have a vision for where they want to go and what they're trying to do. And if you sign up to go to this particular place and it said that these things are going to be the things, and I'm not saying that's happening in every situation,
right?
But this happens and you get there and it's like, oh, I'm here this year. And regardless of what I could do or say or what you told me prior to, I'm here this year. And so now I can say, this isn't what we talked about. This isn't meeting where I want to go.
But is that real life though, Jay? Is that real life? Is that real life?
So
let me finish. I'll let you finish.
Okay, cool.
Is that real life? You get up, you go to work every day. You might not be the 100% most happy with your work situation today.
Correct.
Because of whatever the circumstances are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the boss may have told you initially when they hired you. Is there not an avenue to where you just tough it out and try to make the situation better than what it is, as opposed to just saying, okay,
so yeah, I hear what you're saying, but you're comparing apples to Dodge Rams.
Okay.
All right, and so now,
I don't think I am, but
so let me enlighten you then.
Okay, talk to me.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
If I'm an employee, I signed up for a wage. I'm pretty sure I'm in a union.
Yeah.
There's certain things that I went to school for to get this knowledge or whatever the case may be, and I'm saying I'm giving you this time, this knowledge, this effort for that amount of dollars. Right?
And we're getting
to the apple.
point.
That's the apple, right? The Dodge Ram is, I'm an 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Right? 19-year-old kid.
Right.
You're not paying me a dime.
That's real.
I'm not an employee.
We're getting to the point where
I'm not an employee. Right?
Not yet.
I got you. So that's why I'm saying now, if they tighten some stuff up, if they make them employees, now it's different. But right now, it's free labor.
Yes.
Right? Now I have to go off the strength.
Free labor.
I'm going off the strength of what you say. Only thing they've given me a right to do, or kid in this case, is to eat off of my name, image, and likeness, which I came into this world having.
Right.
So you giving me that's really not you giving me something.
It to me. I've always had it.
Right? Yeah. Now you're giving me the opportunity to come to this school, right? But you got to understand, there's 100 schools that'll have my service, right? So now, just because I signed with you doesn't mean I'm a prisoner to you.
Yeah.
Right? So now, yeah, you're right. In the real world, in this and that, you have to tough it out. Hell, we're men. We deal with stuff every single day.
That's right.
But we're talking about, in a lot of cases, kids that have a skill that they're not getting compensated for. Yeah. Right?
Properly.
Yeah. And you're going to tell me that I'm stuck here? No way. Right? So I get it. Yeah, I'm not for kids just bouncing and leaving. It's supposed to be like 1,100 kids in the transfer portal or something like that. That's way too much. It's way too willy-nilly. But at the end of the day, I'm pro kid being able to make a decision.
Right. I mean, and like I said, I'm open to the portal, but I just think that it makes it, one, easy to quit.
Yeah. If you look at it from that angle.
Yeah. It makes it easy to quit. And two, it makes it a disadvantage, one, to these high school kids.
No doubt.
Because high school kids are suffering the most.
No doubt.
If you're not a 4-star, 5-star kid, coaches are not even, to be honest with you, they're not looking at you.
Yeah. And
they recruit from the portal first.
And I'll say this, for those kids that are 3-star, you use 4-star up, so I'll use 3-star and down. Stay after it.
Yeah.
Keep going.
That's right.
Keep rocking. Like
That's
they
real.
might not come get you in the 10th grade, 9th grade. You know, but if you continue to go, that 11th grade, 12th grade, they might come calling. So don't get caught up in what's going on right now. But you got to remember too, there's still some kids here that have a COVID year. So that's a whole nother class of kids that still hasn't expanded their eligibility, right? So it'll clear. Some of the stuff will clear up soon. I'm gonna just say, just keep working.
And to expound upon that, and then we're gonna move on.
Yeah, because we weren't even supposed to talk about this.
Yeah, we weren't even supposed to talk about this here. We're gonna have a whole show dedicated to the transfer portal. But to expound upon that, what young people need to understand, especially these high school kids that not, your 1, your 2, your 3-star kids or your 0-star kids. There's some junior colleges out here. There's some NAIA schools out here. There's some Division II schools out here that you need to be looking at, because I'm telling you, Jason has a high-level 4-star kid. College coaches are recruiting high-level 4 and 5-star kids, and they're recruiting out of the portal.
I'm also say this too. Look at a great program, Henderson State.
Real.
Jimmy Elders.
Coach Elders. Jimmy.
Doing a hell of a job, right? Look at Arkansas Tech. Mark Downey, former D1 coach over at UNO.
Yes.
I coached against him when I was at UALR. He was at New Orleans, the Sun Belt. Right, so there's some beautiful things going on in the state.
Beautiful.
Right? You don't have to look outside of the state to find some good basketball. Now I know everybody wants that D1 and blank, but again, free tuition is the mission.
I've said it ad nauseum. We have junior college basketball in this state. We had, for the most part, this particular season, the #1 Division II JUCO in the country.
Yep.
They are currently have qualified, and they're playing in the Final Four. They'll play tomorrow in the Final Four of the national tournament.
Yeah. But they got smacked by my guy Cam over at South Arkansas.
They did.
Shout out Cam.
They did.
Hey man, I'm so proud of you, man. I'm so proud of you, man.
Coach,
keep going, dog. Keep going, dog.
Coach Cam Robinson does an excellent job.
Man, hell of a dude. He in the gyms. He in the gym. So man, hell of a guy. He's doing the work, man. So man, shout out to you.
That's real. Okay, we're gonna get off of that transport portal.
Yeah, so
because that's a whole other show.
We had freshman team and girls team and all that stuff, man. You all over the place,
man.
Right?
Come on now.
What we doing next?
Freshman team.
Freshman team. All right.
I don't have a freshman team.
You don't have a freshman team?
Talk to me. I can elaborate if you can give it to me, because I don't have a freshman team.
I'm gonna do mine, right?
Talk to me.
All freshman team. I got 6 kids. I got honorable mention. Let's start with honorable mention. And he's over at Maumelle, Ashton Shelton.
Okay.
My honorable mention, 9th grade kid, man, won the River. I think it's the River City championship as 9th grade.
Right.
Did a hell of a job with that. Then transitioned.
Younger brother of Addison Shelton.
Yeah, Big Addy. Transitioned to playing varsity ball. First varsity game. Made like 3 threes.
I had that game.
Yeah, it made like 3 threes. And just put on the show.
So did I not call you and ask you why is this guy not playing varsity? Did I not make that phone call and say why is this guy not playing varsity?
You did, man. You did. So So shout out to Ashton Shelton. So man, he's my honorable mention. Let's go with my all freshman team. #1, Jamal Holden out of Conway. Big time, 6'6", man, monster. You look up next year going into.
So Jay, he's got a chance to be 6'10", maybe 6'8", 6'9", 6'10".
So his dad, man, I actually coached his dad over at UALR, Jamal Holden, senior. Call him Gut. Gutter is his nickname. We call him Gut.
I remember Jamal.
But Jamal Holden is 6'6". Man, you look up next year going into the sophomore year, he'll be 6'9". You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because he's growing at that pace.
Wow.
Young, but he's figuring it out, right?
Baby face.
Skilled, but again, like I said, he's figuring it out.
Right.
Next guy, JJ Wise over at Sylvan Hills. JJ Wise is a player.
So let me ask you this.
What's that?
Is that Chad Wise's son?
I don't know. I have a slight idea.
So I'm assuming that's going to be Chad Wise's son.
Mm-hmm.
Chad Wise played at Lone Oak, I want to say.
Okay.
He played at UConn.
Well, Chad, I ain't trying to give you no kids, so I don't know if that's your boy or not.
If that's Chad Wise's son, he got a chance.
Yeah,
he's got a chance.
I didn't know anything about the kid. We played Sylvan Hills. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, man, who is this little young kid, man? You can tell, man.
Freshman.
He putting in work on a varsity level, man. Hit one of our guys with a move in the paint, man, and step back. I said, wait a minute now. He like he know what he doing.
So, I think that Chad's Wise song.
JJ Wise, Chad, I ain't trying to give you no kids. So if it's not your kid, allegedly. I
think that's Chad Wise.
If that's your kid, man, shout out to your kid, man. But if
somebody comment that.
Yeah,
I need a comment. I need somebody to hit me back or tweet me or something like that.
I'm gonna keep that drink on the floor. Next all freshman team, KD Hicks over at Little Rock Christian, won the conference championship. Man, he started 20+ games as a freshman, right? End up getting injured and finished the year out playing the 6-man, 7-man role for his team. End up winning the state championship. Had a vital to do into their playoff run and their conference championship. Next freshman is Trey Aleem. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Aleem over at Central, 9th grader. I think he's top 100 in the nation right now, man. But Trey, you know, every time I see him,
he's growing. They got called up.
Yeah.
That whole Central bunch got called up.
Correct. Also, another freshman, Brandon Wright, over there at Central. Mayo boy. Mm-hmm. Man, I'm a big fan of that kid, man. Quiet. He kind of reminds me of Jake's, man. Just quiet, you know, long, gangly. You know, just figuring it out, but can score that basketball. Once Mayo and the wife start to put some weight on him, hitting the weights, man, I think he's gonna be really good. I have one more freshman. I got one that I got started on him. I got started and didn't add him, but I thought about him as I was talking. Is my guy Polite over at Maumelle Charter.
Okay.
Right, freshman started pretty much the whole year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Played a hell of a role over there. Had a lot on his shoulders as a freshman, and came out, you know, on top. Man.
So Jay, I didn't do any research on the freshman team. I'm guilty of that.
But you cut me off on mine, but didn't do on yours.
But I'm gonna say this here, and maybe you weren't aware that this guy was a freshman because he doesn't play like a freshman. Mm-hmm. But probably the guy that's probably going to get freshman of the year in the state is the kid at Springdale Harbor by the name of Marley.
Oh, yes, sir.
By the name of Marley.
I forgot his name.
Yes, Marley.
Yeah.
Marley.
My apologies.
Is about a 6'4", long, gangly athlete, and he's probably the best freshman in the state. I didn't see a whole bunch of freshmen, but he's gonna be probably the best freshman in the state.
I'd say him and Jamal. Yeah, we're probably tit for tat. And I apologize for not putting him in mind. I don't know. I just didn't. That name didn't register. But yeah, he's definitely on my freshman team. So kudos to you for that one. Yeah,
that's real. Marley, he's a hooper.
Yeah. I seen him dunk that guy. Somebody, my man.
Shout out to Marley. Shout out to Coach Deffenbaugh what he's doing up there at Springdale Harbor. Yeah, they made it to the semifinals. He's got. I mean, that whole bunch is coming back. Yeah. That whole bunch is coming back. You know what I'm saying?
I was sitting there with Ann Connors. And he tapped me. He said, "Man, you don't do the freshman." I said, "Man, there's no way. There's no way." Yeah.
Dude can stand up and tie his shoes at the same time. Arms so long. Yeah, that's real.
It's a talent in the state, man. It's a talent in the state.
I like it. Yeah, let's do girls, man. Let's get into them girls.
Got to get into the young ladies, man. And shout out to everybody that made the young men's list. You know, let's talk about this for a second. I didn't get a chance to mention it because we have a young lady who was invited to the USA mini camp in April. For us to have 3 young men in 1 year get invited, man, that's absolutely amazing. Man, shout out to Jacob Lanier. Shout out to JJ Andrews. Shout out to Terrion Burgess for getting to go and represent not just Little Rock or Central Arkansas, not Arkansas, but the country, right? A chance to represent the country. So shout out to those young men.
Just an invite in itself is a big thing.
That's a big thing. It's a big thing. So let's go into the young ladies, right? So let's go. Let's start with Mimi. Help me with her last name.
Fullerson. Micah Mimi Fullerson.
There you go. I always get her last name.
Absolute stud. 2027.
Absolute stud. Shout out to you for getting invited up to the USA mini camp in Phoenix on the girls' side. Look forward to seeing you down there. I'll be down there.
6'3" stud. Just dunking the ball, Jay.
Putting the ball in the hole.
She dunking the ball, bro.
Athlete.
She's got a chance to be that next one. She's got a chance to be the. I mean, here's the thing about it. Women's basketball is really taking a forefront in certain areas and that sort of thing. Yeah. And she's got a chance to come through here like a Shakina Strickland or the Christian girl. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And those type of things. She's got to come. She's got a chance to come through the state like that.
Yeah. And a trusty, big time player, man.
Greenwood. Long,
man,
athletic.
Yeah, absolute player, man. Yeah. Let's see. Naisha Jackson.
Okay.
Over at Marion, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. She's a hooper.
Yeah. Like her.
Kristen Cooper.
Okay.
Over at Little Rock Parkview.
Little point guard.
Yeah, little point guard.
Feisty
little. I mean, I'm talking about tough as nails, man.
Yeah, she get at it. You know what I'm saying? She's really, really pleasant to referee too.
Really?
She's really, really pleasant to referee. She'll joke and say a little something to the referees, whatever. She never gets too, you know what I'm saying? She's really, really pleasant to referee.
She big
Christian,
time.
Shout out to Kristen Cooper. Real talk.
Shout out to Coop, man. Her family, man. She's big time. She cracking. And then there was one more. Who else I had?
What about the girl over at Little Rock Christian?
What's her name? Yeah, that's her
Rogers,
name.
coach's daughter.
Whitley
Rogers.
Whitley Rogers. That's my fifth lady. Yeah, man. I've seen her for the last couple years. Play. She's a 2026 kid. Man, you know, I saw her play out in where we at in Cersei in the conference tournament. Right. You know, man, I think she had maybe 17 in the first half.
That's real.
And just carried that team, man, and just didn't have enough to end it out, man. But shout out to those young ladies.
Central's got several girls.
Yeah.
And I would say Jordan Marshall would probably
for sure.
Jordan Marshall, Louisiana Tech commit signee and that sort of thing. Combo forward, I would say, and Jocelyn Tate at North Little Rock. He's going to Texas Southern, I want to say.
Good stuff.
Or Southern, one of those.
It's some talent in the state, man.
Yeah.
You know, boys and girls side, man. So shout out to these young men and young women.
Absolutely. Yeah. No pause. And he said he don't want to call timeout. He said I'm not a guy.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about this statement I made. Reg thought it was something that was really, really poignant that we needed to talk through. We're gonna play a couple moments of it so you guys can hear it, and then I'll expound upon it, and Reg can talk through what he thought about it, and I can tell him if I meant that exactly or not.
And just to give it a little context, I mean, I just in going back and reviewing our episode and that sort of thing, that particular quote just jumped out to me, and I just wanted to get an opportunity to kind of elaborate on it.
Sure.
Let you elaborate on it as what your experience was to make you just make a statement like that, because we just talking, you know what I'm saying, in the episode, and that comes out, and it just, like I say, it resonated for me. Resonated for me.
Here it is.
Lake Hamlin's going on the other end to shoot free throws. He could see his kids taking their jerseys out as if they were giving up. And he said he don't want to call timeouts. He said I'm not a guy that calls timeouts. I like to I prepared my kids for this moment, so I don't normally call timeouts. He said when he saw them take their jerseys out, which is a sign. When he saw them take their jerseys out, when he saw them take their jerseys out as the kid was about to shoot the free throw, he shoots the first free throw. He looked at his assistant coach. He said, "I'm gonna call timeout." He calls timeout. Gets those guys over there. He says, "What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? This game is not over. Anything can happen." That's right. You get what I'm saying? That's culture. He saw something in his team. He knew the game wasn't over. Anything can happen, so forth and so on. But he saw right then, and he didn't call a timeout, which he don't normally do. And the guys were just gonna give up. So he get him in the timeout. He tell them yada yada yada. We're gonna run this. We're gonna banana cut this. So forth and so on. They come out, run the play. Crunchfield hits shots into the second overtime. They win in the second overtime.
Here's the quote.
Yes, sir. That's culture. That's culture, man. That's high level thinking past, looking past surface level things, right? Versus, the call before didn't go our way, or this didn't happen for us, whatever the case may be. Damn that. Let's move on. Let's move on. And now, so what can I do to affect this moment?
That kind of resonated to me.
You think I know a couple things, huh?
I mean, you
Huh?
I had to call you, man. I had to call you because that kind of resonated to me.
So tell me what you think it meant.
Here's the thing about it. That right there and what you're saying, the quote that you made is something that young people and anybody in general can take as a life lesson.
Yeah.
Things happen in life that are surface level things.
Yeah.
It's happening right now. It happened to you. You had a flat tire. You come out there this morning, you on your way to work, and you in a rush, and you had a flat tire. Or something happened at work, so forth and so on. Or you got some bad news in the mail, or whatever. It's a surface level thing. It's what you do past that is what makes you who you are.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was, expounded upon in that particular situation. Because again, in the Pine Bluff Lake Hamilton situation, Coach Billy Dixon noticed his kids taking their jerseys out. He noticed the fact that he felt like they were giving up, and we still had some time on the clock. Anytime you got time on the clock, anything can happen.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And that was what he was preaching.
I think that in that situation, that was him just centering his kids.
Okay.
He was centering them. I think that basketball, let's talk about basketball. Basketball is a series of things that have happened before. Okay. That's why we call it skill. It's your skill level up to par. Because hopefully you're working out and you're training and you practicing enough to where there's nothing that can happen on the basketball court that you hadn't seen before, right? So now, a lot of times people get caught up in the moment, the emotions of the moment, and they can't see past that, right? I look at things like, there's always going to be some shit that's going to happen. It's always going to be a traffic jam. So I always leave out 10 minutes early, right? So I'll show up 10 minutes early, and 9 out of 10 times I'm going to be 10 minutes early. But that one time where there's a traffic jam, I'm already prepared for it.
You've allotted that 10 minutes.
I've allotted that 10 minutes, right? So I think that we have to get to, especially as coaches, that was him just thinking past that moment. Right. Thinking past, no, what are the facts here? The facts are, we still got a chance.
Yeah, it's time on the clock.
The facts are, I still got a timeout or two. I can't take them home with me.
No.
Right? So the very least I can do, because kids are emotional, right?
That's real.
People are emotional, and they're out there giving it their all, and something happened where it didn't go their way. It was a nip and tuck game. Of course, there could have been something that happened to where, damn, it didn't work out my way, or I didn't get a call. But
2 possessions ago.
Yeah, or I missed my last shot, and if I hadn't shot the second half, any of that type of stuff is going on in kids' head. But the facts are, I still got a chance. Still got a chance. I got a timeout, and there's something I can do about it. And so that coach took it upon himself to call a timeout, to say, hey, look, let's get you guys centered. We're still here.
Right.
You remember that play we ran 200 times, in practice, the end practice? You remember this? You remember that? We're going to run this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to draw it up for you so you can see it. Right. And so in that moment, those kids, I'm pretty sure, took a deep breath. Somebody said, man, let's go, fellas.
Right.
Let's do this. Somebody's mom, somebody's dad said something. The cheerleaders were cheering, and it centered them to say, yeah, we still got a chance.
And doesn't it become a life lesson?
Oh, my God.
It becomes a life lesson because here's the thing about it. That particular thing happens in the huddle. The kids go out there and execute the play. They send the game to overtime.
Yep.
They win. They move on to the next round.
Yep.
And they win the championship.
Yes, sir.
They win it all.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
It's called dealing with adversity.
Right.
It's called dealing with things that happen that aren't it isn't what we wanted.
Right.
It's just, one of my mentors talked to me about, man, you got to play the cards that were dealt to you. Right?
We're card players.
Yeah.
We play cards.
Yeah, you got to play the cards that were dealt to you. I can't cry about this off-suited hand. I just got to figure it out.
Ace deuce.
How can I 7-4? 7-4. My favorite hand.
Yeah.
But I think that, man, some kids a disservice, man, at times.
Giving them an excuse.
When we don't really lock into, hey, look, I know it ain't right. I know it ain't fair.
Right.
I know it's not ideal. I know it isn't the thing that we thought was going to happen. But if we got a chance, we got a chance. I know the world isn't particularly kind to people of my color.
No.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I got a chance. And so from time to time, I like to get centered. It's my office. I get in here, man, I get quiet, and I get a chance to just take my time and to pay attention to things and listen to my thoughts and figure out, man, how can I turn myself up? How can I turn myself down?
Right.
With my kids, yeah, I know this didn't go right, or this particular situation didn't happen like you wanted to, but man, you 12. How many more situations do you have to go in your life?
Plenty of more.
Right? So we can talk about what didn't happen and how that was so wrong.
Right.
Right? Or we can say, that's a part of my story.
Right.
And I know that isn't easy. Everybody doesn't think like that. I consider myself weird. You heard me say that a couple times.
That's
real,
real,
man. I think I'm kind of weird.
That's weird.
But
real.
But I own that. And so
you got some other stuff that you got going on too.
That's fine too. Pause. But no, that's just, I think it's a part of the story, because man, one of my sayings is adversity adds seasoning.
Yeah.
Right? And so if you hadn't been through anything, if you haven't been through anything, if you hadn't been through situations that make you tougher, that make you stronger, situations that weren't necessarily right.
Right.
I use those. I think those are my superpowers,
yeah.
Right? Having to work a little bit harder than the next person to get the job or to get the particular opportunity. It ain't right. It ain't right.
Well, my whole thing, Jay, is that I wasn't.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. I couldn't allow you to drop a gem like that.
Yeah.
And not get an opportunity to expound upon it, because again, I kept going back to that quote that you were saying, looking past surface level things, thinking past surface level things, thinking past this.
Yeah.
What happens next?
Yeah.
What do we do next?
Mm-hmm.
What do we do next in life? Mm-hmm. What do we do next tomorrow? Mm-hmm. And young people need to understand that. Yeah. That's how life is. That's basically how life is.
I'll give a quick little story where I got a lot of that from. A lot of that is my mom and
right.
the stuff that she put, I had to
instilled upon you.
Yeah. But man, one particular situation, man, I was at UALR. For some of you guys that don't know, I coached college ball over at UALR for a number of years.
You did a little something.
And I had a head coach, man, Steve Shields. Mm-hmm. And Shields, man, call him, Hoss is his nickname. Man, Hoss, man, Hoss grew me up. Right, there was this thing called film exchange back in the day where you had to go.
You told me this story.
Yeah. Sheesh, man. So you would have to go and request these films from, I'm talking about VHS tapes from these.
It's different now. You can't just send email
it's digitally now, right? They got it easy. So you had to go and request these tapes, and so you had another coach on the other side that would have to send you these tapes back. And I remember this one coach, and I'll put it out there. It was UAB, and that was back when TJ Cleveland was there.
Yeah.
We needed a tape. It was UAB playing somebody that we were going to play, and it was over the Christmas break. And if you guys know Mike Anderson, he's not big into a lot of what other teams do. He's big into what they do. They're not big on film exchange.
Right.
So I'm communicating with Cleveland, and I'm saying, hey man, I need this tape. Blank, blank, blank. We talked. I had all my documents in order. This, that, and the other. I didn't get the tape.
You didn't get your tape.
And so Shields is like, where my tape at, Jay? And I'm like, Coach, I did this, I did all these things. I had all my points documented because I was ready to give him all the excuses in the book. So I did everything
excuses.
I could. I'm ready to say, hey, look, I did everything I could.
Right.
And I remember him coming back to me maybe later on that night because he sent me back 2 or 3 times to go about this tape. He comes back later on that night or the next day or something like that, and he comes to me and he says, now mind you, I'm 24-ish, I'm still a baby.
Right.
He says, Jay, now didn't we hang out with them at the Final Four last year? Didn't we get drinks or something like that?
Right.
And I said, yeah, I remember that. He was like, you didn't buy him a drink or anything like that? And I remember thinking to myself, man, what? Like, I'm supposed to know I gotta buy him a drink, and at 24, I didn't understand.
You're supposed to know this.
I didn't understand it.
Right.
I didn't understand how that had something to do with me getting this tape today.
Right.
But as I've grown up, I understand now that maybe I could have shook his hand. Or maybe I could have said what's up. Or maybe I could have asked somebody's kids. Or maybe I could have asked them about what's going on. I could have built a relationship to something where he felt like when Jay come calling for a tape, I got to take care of Jay.
Or maybe you could have, like you said, I get what you're saying, maybe during the coaches convention, because y'all had the coaches conventions and stuff that you meet with the coaches.
No, we were at a bar.
Yeah.
I met him at a bar, and we were getting a drink. We were drinking a beer. Right? Like,
an extra.
Yeah.
Everything on me.
Yeah, no, we ain't do that because I wasn't making no money. But you get what I'm saying. I could have did something. Right? And so, again, at 24, whatever age I was, I didn't understand that. But now, as an adult, I get that.
I get it.
Man, don't give me a list of excuses of why this didn't happen. Man, there's a way. There's a way that could have happened, and maybe you missed the opportunity back in the day. And that doesn't make him right and me wrong. Right. But he was always on the, man, I don't need no excuses.
But he instilled something to you as a young person.
Yeah.
That you still carry to
Figure
this day.
it out. That's where that phrase comes from. You've heard me say that a jillion times. All my good friends heard me say that a jillion times. Figure it out. I wish I would come to and not have this tape. He wanted 10 films of every team that we were playing prior to, even if that went into the previous year. Right. So
you gotta have that film.
You gotta have that film, man. So no, but that's what I mean by that. Man, just figure it out. Don't get caught up in who didn't do, what didn't happen, blank, blank, blank. And then when you do lose, have some freaking decorum. Right. You know what I'm saying? Have some understanding of, man, hey, look, the better team won right here. And so, man, so that's just the way I roll. Not saying anybody else rolls like that. I'm right, you're wrong. I'm not saying you're right and I'm wrong. I'm just saying that, that's just the way I look.
But that's something that anybody can take. That's something that anybody can take.
Yeah.
That, again, I go back to this here. Looking past, thinking past surface level things.
Yep.
Anybody can take that. If you can't take that as a GM, you
find a way to put it on you. I ask my boys all the time, well, what didn't you do? Well, how could you not? You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to point. It's easy to do this, but at some time
make an excuse.
You got to point back at you.
This.
What could I could have done, right? And so going back to the point that we're making, that person, that coach, stayed in the present moment, right? Didn't bicker about the call. Didn't let that get on him. Didn't let the foul count. I don't know what the foul count was. Didn't let any of that get into the equation.
Deter what was going on right then.
We still have a chance. I still can coach. I still have things in my pocket, and the great ones do it.
The great ones do it.
Yeah.
Because again, like you said, I mean, those kids, when you're a coach, you're a leader of men. A leader of young men. So
that's even more important because they're impressionable.
Exactly, they're impressionable. Yeah. So if you are taking upon a certain attitude or taking upon a certain demeanor, they're going to see that and they're going to lose confidence.
Yep.
But if you've never lost confidence,
yep,
then why would I lose confidence? Yep. Coach still has confidence in me.
Yep. Yep.
Coach still has confidence that we can draw up something.
Yep.
We could say, go here, so forth and so on, and we can make something happen because we still got a chance. There's still time on the clock.
Yeah.
And that's a life lesson to young people.
Not
just in sports.
Not just young people.
That's a life lesson to people in general.
Yeah.
Not just in sports, but just in life.
Yeah.
If the Lord say the same, there's always tomorrow.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
And shout out to Coach Shields for that, man. I credit a lot of this stuff, man. Even though it was hard, tough then, I loved it. I love it now. That helped make me the person I am today. So, man, let's figure it out.
Figure it out. We can talk and talk and talk and talk. We're going to go ahead and sign off. I will say this here, Jason. This was a very, very enjoyable show. I want you guys to keep, keep showing us love, keep commenting, keep subscribing. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think about our No Pause team.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think about that and that sort of thing. We're going to get into some March Madness. This March Madness right now.
Right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're going to definitely get into that on the next episode and talk about some grassroots stuff. Anything you want to talk about.
Man, let us know about our backdrop too, whether I like this or I like the other side. So
Right.
Yeah.
We got it. We still working on our technical stuff. And we do have some very, very interesting guests coming up. So we're going to work some stuff out.
Yeah. Peace.